And welcome to MGP262. I'm Kev, and with me as ever, the sheepdog Anna and Pab. Say hello, boys and girls.
Hello.
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 Anna, did you just make a noise? It didn't sound like there was a hello. Or was that sheepdog doing a hello there and no Anna?
No, hello.
Yeah.
I think sheepdog just drowned you out in my ears. It sounded like... It sounded like...
Maybe you should get £100 worth of earphones then.
I'm sending them back. I'm being a good boy. I've had a headphone problem, not an earphone. I have earphones. These are headphones. I ordered a set of after midnight last night. I shouldn't have access to the internet, but I ordered a set of Bluetooth headphones for £100 off Amazon last night. Ooh. And I was sat there at lunchtime discussing Bluetooth headphones, and someone at work said, "What, these ones?" and pointed at the exact same set on Argos for £50. So I immediately tried to cancel the Amazon order, but it won't cancel because it's already dispatched. So I've now got the headphones I want arriving tomorrow, but I have to be disciplined and send them back, and I've got the same set in Argos reserved for half the price, so I need to go out and get them, ideally, before the fancy ones come. Because...
Why... Would you not be able to just buy them from Argos and return them on Amazon?
They've got different product codes,
damn.
But looking at the spec, I've went on the Philips website and had the specs side by side. The only thing that's different is the ones from Argos are like a quarter of a pound heavier, but all of the other... Not a quarter of a pound, that's quite a lot of weight. Quarter of an ounce heavier or something. There's a minuscule difference in weight. Other than that, all the specs are identical and they're £50 cheaper. So.
All I can think of now is you're going to put them on and your neck's just going to snap.
Yeah.
Quarter of a, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Too much. Going to a weird hunchback and...
I assume what'll actually happen is I won't go to Argos. I'll open the expensive ones, tell Anna they're from Argos, and everyone will be happy.
No, not going to happen. You shouldn't have told me, should you?
I deliberately told you to stop me from doing that, and I'm telling you that that's my backup plan, to stop you, make you stop me from doing that as well. We've got to start. You've got to keep me in line with money now.
Tell you what, for £49, I'll return them to Argos for you, or whatever you needed it doing, and get you the other set.
Interesting. That does save us some money.
It's the most cost-effective solution for everyone.
It does sound attractive. I'll think about it.
It sounds attractive.
I'll let you know. 2 weeks from now, we're going to be in Blackpool, assuming we're living in the Saturday morning world where people are listening rather than the Friday night world where we're talking. So let's pretend for a minute that it's Saturday lunchtime. And Pab's just picking us up from Blackpool North train station. Aren't you, Pab?
You're not driving in a new car?
No, we're not driving in the new car because we'd already booked train tickets when I thought I'd still have the old car and didn't want to drive all that way.
Oh,
I wonder if my wife knows that we're going up there, whether the baby's aware. I hope the baby doesn't come.
Sheepdog.
I can get back in touch.
Just put a pin in that for a second. Imagine, Pab will be picking us up from the station, won't he?
I don't know how I'm doing that because I'm good on the train.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Kevin!
We'll let you rent a car, mate. You can just...
How are we getting to the hotel, Pab?
I don't know. I'll see about it.
Isn't Blackpool one long tram line, though? Like the beach, I mean, not the whole...
Got donkeys, haven't they? You've got donkeys down there still.
Oh, no, there's not an animal alive that I could ride the back of.
It's a good point.
Is there a tram? Do the trams run from the train station?
I haven't got a clue.
You're from the north.
Yes, but I don't know. I don't know. I was messing about. I am coming in the car.
That's right then.
But I don't know what the score is with. I've never driven to Blackpool realistically.
Do you want me to clue you in on the score, Pab? You're picking us up about 11:30 and driving us to our hotel.
Does that result in me having to be there for what?
11:30.
Earlier still. I'm going to
What's the date for this?
It's 2 weeks today, tomorrow.
So there's not a payday between now and then?
Presumably that would be today, wouldn't it? Or yesterday, if we're still living in tomorrow.
A couple of days ago and I'm already skint.
How do you live? How is that a thing that can happen? You're an adult. Or I got paid a couple of days ago and spent it all on penny chews and the Beano. I've got nothing left now. That newsagent knows that you're not walking out of that shop with your envelope intact, doesn't he? That's why he pays you in cash in a little brown envelope.
That's it. That's what he does.
Just don't... Pab will treat you, don't worry.
No, it's, I'll be fine. I just hadn't really thought about it until just then. Probably need to bring some money with me.
That's all I'm thinking about.
Should be good.
I'm very excited. I'm also doubly excited because me and Anna have now got our Merlin passes, and there's 5 different things we can use them on in Blackpool.
What are these 5 different things then? Because I think
they're all in the Blackpool Tower.
I was going to say one of them's the tower. There isn't.
No, all 5 of them are the Blackpool Tower. There's dungeons in the tower, and I liked the London dungeons the other day. So
right, okay, right. So thinking it's right. The capital of England is London. Yes,
that's very good. Correct so far, Pab.
Right. So all the good stuff. Don't be expecting great things from Blackpool. Put it that way.
Well, Pab, in addition to the London
Blackpool Tower, and it's awesome.
In addition to the Blackpool Tower dungeon, there's also the Blackpool Tower Eye, which I assume is identical to the London Eye. There's the ballroom, which just sounds dirty. There's a circus. And there's Jungle Gym's children's indoor play, which we should probably avoid. As we're not having
the best place in the world.
I don't think we should go in without kids, though. I think we'll probably end up in prison.
Charging kids out the way in the ball pit and what.
Although I am tempted to just go in there and throw a ball at somebody just to get my money's worth on my Merlin pass.
Yeah. It does sound like it's all in the Blackpool Tower, basically.
Exactly.
I mean, and the circus might not even be on.
Well,
could be out of season.
I'm having it. I'm going to the circus. Let's have a look. Blackpool Tower Circus.
Surely summer wouldn't be out of season.
I don't know.
We're only open in October.
You think it would be, but we don't. It's I don't know.
The North's weird, is what Pab's trying to tell us. I think.
I don't know if you can just turn up. I don't know if
Pab. We've got priority access.
I've got to do anything.
1 p.m. and 4 p.m. on the Saturday we're there, and on the Sunday 2:30 p.m. So we can watch the circus 3 times while we're there.
I'm not really a circus person.
No, I'm not. I just want to go and get my money's worth.
We'll get our money's worth with the children.
We'll just go in and leave. I just want to basically hog a ticket. I want to deprive a family of a ticket so that I can get my money's worth on my Merlin pass. Okay. And Sheepdog has to pretend to be a teenage girl so he can come in on one of the kids' passes.
Oh, if I can,
I look like them.
If I can scam my way through something, I'm even more up for it.
Yeah,
no, you don't look like female children. You don't look like their picture.
Sheepdog. Just dress like a 15-year-old girl. You'll be fine.
I don't know how I can age my look that far.
Yeah, you have to go for the basically, and it might be a problem with your wooden leg. The main look is you have to make sure that your socks are showing. That's what they all do now. You've got to show a bit of sock. That's what the lads like, I think, these days. A little bit of sock on show.
And you got ripped in your jeans.
Yeah,
that thing because I just bought new jeans because I ripped my jeans.
Well,
have I got to go and get them out of the bin?
Yeah, then? If you're coming in on a teenage girls pass, you've got to. Yeah,
I've got to go and get my ripped jeans out of the bin. Right.
Hey, if you want to be really fancy, if you rip them around about where the socks are, then you've basically killed 2 birds with 1 stone. Then
can I just roll them up?
No. Would you think that? All right, Grandad, can't I just roll them up?
Turnips.
Goodness me!
Can I not just tell them that my name's like Luca and they're just being ignorant?
It's a 15-year-old girl on the photograph. You are a fat old bearded man with no hair. It was taken ages ago. This pass only started last week, sir. It's been a rough week. But luckily, a couple of days ago, I got some perspective. I'll be fine. None of the listeners have any idea what that was about. That was an off-air joke. But there you go. This is why you should all hang out in the studio before we get started. Then you'd be in on the off-air jokes. This is all linking into a massive Patreon relaunch where people can watch the pre-show chats on webcam or something. That's a good idea.
Do you know, I trailed off when I was saying it. When I said, I got perspective, it was because I was going to say there's nothing better than feeling bad and then going online and seeing Kev has it worse. And but then I thought...
thanks.
Yeah, that's why I didn't say it off air, but I say it on air for the laugh. But no, honestly, it did make me think, my shit's not as bad. Oh, sorry, I swore. My stuff's not as bad as it could be,
Still pretty bad, Sheepdog. Don't never forget it's still pretty bad. Shall we talk about some video games?
Yeah, sure.
Who's been playing video games this week?
I have not this week.
You have?
I decided to get back into, because I haven't been recently, but this week I've played it 2 games, maybe 3.
Well, why not tell us all about them?
So I got a new one today, which is the Crash Bandicoot Collection HD remake. So they've remade it. It plays exactly the same, but looks pretty. And oh my god, I don't remember this game being this hard. I think I'm just old. But I have swore at this game. I've nearly threw the controller because it's that frustrating.
That's the game.
The thing is, right, I remember playing this when I was maybe 10, 11 years old, in my friend's bedroom, just because he had a PlayStation and I didn't at the time, and really enjoyed it. I could remember it, and that was childhood. Then I put it on today, and I was like, oh, it's pretty. And oh my god, I'm like, this is so hard. So like, you put I've never played the first game. In my memory, the first game was 3, so I never played 1 or 2. So I was playing this first one thinking, I don't remember any of this, like, what's happening? Went through all the games, and third, which is Warped, is the one I played. And the first one is like knights and stuff. And I remember exactly how to play it, exactly where the hard bits were, where to jump. And it was seamless. But the 2 earlier ones are just really hard.
Yep.
The camera angle in the first game is so annoying. You're basically looking at, you're right behind Crash, but it's pointed downwards slightly, so you can't see what's coming up ahead, and that's really frustrating to me because I want to know what's coming up, because you've got pits and stuff that you would just fall down, and that just annoys me no end. But it's pretty. It's very nice. They've done a good job. I don't know who's done it. Not Activision.
Yeah, Activision are the publisher.
Activision, yeah, they own it, but someone else has made it pretty. Because it was a Naughty Dog production. Because I always remember like the crate coming up and saying a Naughty Dog production, so I know who it's from.
Yeah, it's if you let me have a look, I can find it for you.
Bristol
it is
Games?
Vicarious Visions, which are a
yeah.
port house in Activision, I think, if I remember rightly.
So like I say, it's very pretty, but it is, the first worlds are fine, but then it just gets really frustrating and twitchy, and I'm just obviously too old for twitchy games now, but it's a platformer, you've got all your characters there, and I'll just go through as far as I can without smashing a controller, because it's really, really frustrating. Because sometimes like the enemies barely touch you, and if you don't have the mask thing, you instantly die. It's like an instant, that's it. And that's like the amount of times I've just like took one step and there's like a snake and he just like nicked me, and that's it, I'm dead. And then you lose a life, and then all your lives to go, and it's just like, oh, for goodness sake. So don't play this game if you want something that's stress free, because it isn't.
It very much seems like the exact game from what was it, 96, 97 ish.
I had the third one as well, and got to the final boss, and my disc had a scratch on it, and I couldn't do it. It just wouldn't load, and so I never got to complete it. I'd get to the boss and it would just turn off.
See, I've never played this game. Is there a reason why I should?
No, not now.
Not really.
Not now.
This game is probably only useful to people who played it back then and have the memories of it and go, oh yeah, I remember this now. Yeah, this is quite good. If people pick this up now and go, what sort of antiquated mess is this? Because it doesn't control. It doesn't control like a game from this era. It controls like a PlayStation 1 game.
Yeah.
And the camera angles, like Anna said, is just stupid, and it's mean. It's downright mean in places, that game.
Yes, it is.
So yeah, it is not a game for anyone.
No,
it's not a game for your kids to haven't. This is basically nostalgia.
Yeah,
nostalgia. That is it. And I nearly bought it. I very nearly bought it. I saw it in places online. I saw people selling it at like 25 quid. I went, all right, okay, yes. I go on the PlayStation store and see 35 quid, and you can get lost.
Yeah, it is expensive.
35 quid for it. You're not playing 35 quid for Crash Bandicoot.
No.
Remake. No chance. So,
but it is stunning. It is very pretty. But it's just, I don't think I'll complete any of them. I'm just going to go in and out as I please. It's got, like, you can save wherever you want now, so you don't have that stupid...
Oh, is it?
Yeah, you can save anywhere you want, which is a good thing, because back then, it would be like, every level, go over here, go and save it. This one, you just press a button and you'll save, which
so
is a good thing.
Has it been shinied up into, like, looking pretty, or is it...
Yeah.
Okay.
It's from PlayStation 1 to now. So, like, Rue plays this on his PlayStation 3 because you get, when you could buy PlayStation 1 games, and looking at it on there, like, oh gosh, that's ropey. But it is from, 20 years ago now?
Yeah, pretty much.
So, 20 years, that makes me feel so old.
Has it got, like, a button on it like that lets you compare and contrast the graphics or whatever, like some of these remakes do?
No, there's nothing like that. It's just normal.
Just a nice HD
remake. Which I'm not mad about.
No.
But it's just odd still. But it's the same game. It's just you don't realise.
I don't mind a game like this being remade, getting not just on the HD remake thing, because it's 20 years old. That's fine.
On that,
It's when they remake the 2-year-old games that it upsets me.
But the thing is with this is that it is so much of a remake down to the fact that it's basically just like a HD texture pack sort of thing. I know it's not a texture pack, but the controls, everything, look and play and feel the exact same way. So much so that, like I say, new people coming to this fresh, like yourself, probably would go, "This is awful." If I wouldn't play it unless I'd have distinct nostalgia for this game.
Yeah, that's why I purchased it,
and I probably will get it at some point, but I'm not getting it.
Oh my god, it's hard. Yeah. It's not hard. It's just the same, but I'm 20 years older and.
You had a lot more patience back then.
Yeah, I've done like games nowadays compared to this are easy. This is just
yeah.
In the like, because I'm at the moment I'm on ice, and it doesn't act right. It's like stop, no, and it's just
It's like the mandatory thing of as soon as you touch that ice, you keep moving an extra 2 seconds. No matter what, you can jump up and down, and you suddenly move sideways. You're like, hang on, what? The mandatory thing is you've got to move on the ice as soon as you touch it. It is kind of a mean game, especially the first one is kind of a mean game, but it is what it is, isn't it? It's the first game.
Exactly, and if you played this when you were 11, get it, definitely, but don't expect it to be anything but that game. It's a guarantee you'll be frustrated with it, but
Splendid. So you mentioned you'd had a couple of games this week. What else have we got on the menu?
The Witcher 3 back in. I seen Pab had finished it, and I thought I started this years ago. I need to get on it. So I put it in, and I've just been doing. Is it not Heart of Stone? Is it Heart of Stone?
Hearts of Stone is the first DLC pack.
Oh no, the second one then. Whoever that's
Blood and Wine.
Yep. So I'm doing that one.
It's amazing.
Just going through it. It's so because they've set it differently, haven't they?
It's in the south of the whole world,
and it's
the sort of thing, and
just so pretty and so vibrant and just I'm not even playing the story. I'm just going around exploring that area because it's a big map.
Yeah,
for what it is. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think they said that the DLC packs were bigger than The Witcher 2, which is which is insane.
That is mad.
And The Witcher 3 was already huge as it was, so let alone that put like pretty much another game on top of that, which is what they've done. And that, like I say, that second DLC blew me away. I said several times, I think at least 20 times this week when finishing it, this is it. This is the end. This is the final cutscenes. I know it. Nope, it threw me back out into the world, and the story kept going. I was like, oh, geez, again. I think yeah.
I've not even finished the main game yet. I've still got that going on in the background. Yeah, because I don't know. I played it, and then it was silly time, and I don't know. It got pushed back to something else, and it's always been sat there. I've always wanted to go back, and then I played one of the DLCs when it was on sale.
Well, I'm surprised you. What level are you then?
42.
Right. Okay. So you're not too bad then. I was going to say because I played the DLC straight after I started the Hearts of Stone straight away and just getting my ass handed to me everywhere just because it was just like it's just like it expects you to you're carrying on from the end of the game. You need to be at a decent level to come into this area because you will get battered around left, right, and centre. And it was so difficult. I mean, I shamefully turned the difficulty down on the last boss because it was just it felt unfair. I did it about 20 or 30 times. I went, this isn't fair now. There's no logic to how this is actually happening. Getting one shot by a set of bats that just attack you, and I can't dodge them. And I watched YouTube videos and seeing people dodge it, and I was like, well, they're dodging it. Why can't I dodge it? And it just wasn't happening. So I went, no, just turn the difficulty down. It just wasn't happening for me. After studying a video for 10 minutes, just studying how these guys dodging the bats and stuff, I was like, this isn't happening. This just isn't working for me. Turn it down. Did it straight away. Literally did it straight away.
Yeah.
Killed him one go. And it was like, right, okay, that is fine. The difficulty in that game is no joke. You need to be paying attention.
What you're doing, though, don't you?
Yeah. And a lot of people have said that to me. A lot of people said to me, I really like that game, but I just fell off it and I can't get back into it, or it's really hard to get into. And yes, there is a learning curve to that game. There really is an actual. It's not necessarily a steep learning curve, but there is the way it controls, the vastness of the game and what have you.
The oils, sword play.
Yeah. And once you're in it, though, you're in it. And like I said, this week I have pretty much solely played that, just trying to finish the game. And it's been great. It has been absolutely great. I got to a point where I thought I'd finished it. I subsequently hadn't finished it, and I stopped for a second and was a bit sad. And I went, "Am I about to finish this game and have nothing left to do?" Because I haven't really done any side quests in the DLC stuff at all. I've just followed the quests, and I bet I've done the odd side quest. Just sort of thrown in front of me, but I haven't gone looking for things. I haven't done any of the contracts. I haven't done any of the actual side quests that just you trip up against. But anything that just is thrown in front of me and just do this, it seems interesting, I've done. And it still took me probably at least 20 hours to do each of the DLCs, at least.
Yeah.
Which is insane, really. And I think my complete playtime on it now is 94, nearly 95 hours. And that is literally, it threw me back at the end of the game. It threw me back into the world. I went, there you go, carry on then, as you were. Keep finishing these quests.
That's cool.
So it's just left me to do stuff. So I could go back and do more if I wanted to. There's so much stuff in there that I haven't done. I made one absolute vital error. I thought it was at end game stuff, and I went, right, okay, then there's a quest to do up your house like Skyrim. You get given a vineyard. So, right, okay, then all my money into this house. Let's go. Let's finish this quest. I ran out of money doing it, and I went, right, okay, that's fine. It's not the end of the world. And then it carried on going the game, and I suddenly needed to buy things again. I'm like, crap, I have no money now. I can't buy things. But these were like mission vital things, which I cannot buy now. I had to buy a certain thing from a vendor for a person in the game. And I'm like, I can either buy it or they can play me for a Gwent for it. And I went, I'm not playing Gwent.
Oh no, I
can't do it. I just cannot do it. It's been too long to get into Gwent now. I can't get into it. And it's probably a really good game, and it probably is, like I say. But I'd have to learn all the fundamentals again, and I can't just challenge someone in DLC 2 for item.
Yeah.
Get battered again. So yeah, that game, and there is a particular part towards the end of that game, Anna, which is unreal, literally unreal. It is so cool, and I mean, I don't want to spoil it for you. There is a place you go, and it just had
I've been to an island. I had to go to an island, and then that's where I stopped playing because I was doing something on an island, so I had to go there. And then the DLC came out.
Yeah, the main game. That's Skellige. Yeah, Skellige is the island you go to. That is like
island.
Oh, a different island.
Yeah, where there's like a big bright light that you follow.
Oh.
And you're on a boat.
Oh.
And I don't know. I was
any bells, but I mean, I don't know. It's been so long since I played the main game. It could be. This is the thing with this game.
So I could be right near the end and not know it, but I don't.
If you've been to Skellige, have you
done that. I've found people.
It could be. The end of that game results in you basically gathering like sort of an army up to fight. You have to go recruiting sort of thing to go get all your team that you've met along your massive story. You go and get them all together to basically battle.
So I'm basically at the end game then.
There's a good chance of it. Yeah,
definitely. It sounds about right.
Yeah, and the DLC, like I say, both DLCs have been
epic.
Amazing.
The first one was so funny.
The first DLC. Did you finish the first DLC?
Yeah.
First DLC with the you like the devil or something. You sign a wager with the devil or something, and you become his like little lackey that is going around.
Yeah.
And you've got to
go to a party, don't you? Basically.
You've got to make someone happy. Is it someone you got to make them happy? So. And they're only happy by making his dead brother at peace or something like that. So you've got to let a ghost possess you for certain parts of the game. So Geralt, who is normally quite one note and very monotone, suddenly becomes this garish, like flamboyant character who's like flirting with old ladies and what have you. That is cool. But then, like I said, the second DLC, it's just a whole different world, literally a whole different world where there are bright colours everywhere. It's like a mock-up of France to me. They've all got like sort of French accents, haven't they?
Yeah.
And it's very much a French sort of world that you're in, and it is hands down one of the best games I've ever played. Probably my favourite game I've played now. It's so good, so good. And like I say, there is the picture I put out on Twitter, not the completed picture. The picture I put out earlier in the week was from the portion of the game which I just had a smirk on my face the entire time. And I'll probably tell you another time what it is because I want you to get to it.
Mm-hmm.
It is towards the back end of that story, but it is so good. It is well worth going through the main story just to get to that end section.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna finish it. It because it takes so long to download, and then I download because yesterday I put it in at 1:00. I couldn't play it until about 7 because I had to install it, and then I had to add all the DLC for my game save to it because I had all that when I was first playing it, and it took forever. So I'm not going to delete it now until I finish it because it takes so long.
Yeah.
But I just saw your tweet and I thought, you know what, I need to go and do that. So I did. But Oh, it's such a big game, and it looks so nice on the Pro now.
And it's not even got the update, has it? And there will be an update coming when the new Xbox comes out. They said they will put a 4K patch in when that comes out for the PlayStation Pro and the Xbox One X. So,
but I don't know what they've done for it to look as good as it does, because I don't remember it looking that good on the PlayStation.
I mean, the boost mode could be doing stuff.
Yes, that's very true.
So, I imagine that is it. So the frame rates will be better. The draw distance will probably be a bit better. I don't know because I don't know. They've been quite cagey on it, haven't they? CD Projekt about the Pro version. They initially said no, we're not doing anything with it. So maybe Microsoft had a word in their ear and went, "Go on, just do it, just make it a bit better."
Definitely.
So yeah, that is one that people need to play. And I've had umpteen people on Twitter asking me should I play it or
Oh gosh, yeah.
The amount of people, them pictures that I put out this past week have been probably the most replies I've had to on Twitter from stuff people asking me about the game, telling me how they got on with the game, asking me what ending I got. I didn't know there was multiple endings. I didn't know.
Just play it again, you'll be fine.
Well, I will probably get it. I'm probably going to get it again on PlayStation and starting it again. So I will probably play it again. So there you go. Yeah.
I think that's it. That's all I've played. I think I can't quite see what's over there, but I just every day again. I'm still playing. I'm now playing Lego, the movie, the video game. So that's being played.
Shit.
Oh,
my desk has just fallen apart.
Nice.
Live on air. I've got it all in my hands.
And we apologise for Pab's potty mouth when he did it as well.
It stabbed me in the leg as it dropped on my knee. I'm sorry about that. That caught me off guard.
Pab doing a sheepdog.
Oh, yeah.
Are you okay?
Don't ask him that.
I've got it all back together. We're good.
I need to ask you.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Don't want him bleeding out.
No, I'm good.
So, who else has been playing video games?
I've had my usual Xbox Ones that are real games. The only game I particularly wanted to talk about was my damn phone's gone off. Have you seen the new Futurama app that came out?
Nope.
Called Futurama: The World of Tomorrow, I think it's called.
Does it involve tapping stuff?
No, I was expecting it to be Futurama tapped out. I mean, it does have a New York that you build and tap to unlock.
So when you said no, you meant yes.
But it has missions in it where you basically send your crew out on deliveries or quests or whatever, and you then go through. There's like a planet that you'll click, that's the level, and then there's loads of different routes you can take, and you click on what one you want to go to, and then some of them will be random events where you have to make decisions. Someone asks you a question, or there's a character pops up and says something, whatever, and you have to pick one of the options, and if you pick the right option, it will carry on with something positive. If you pick something wrong, it'll just play a bit of story or whatever. And I mean I'm quite impressed, really, actually, the depth it's got to it, because on top of that, it's also got random RPG-style battles, so the characters have like a time bar that goes up, it's their go, they attack, you have to tap at the right sort of time and stuff, and so, it's got quite a lot of different things to it. You've got to collect random pieces to build things, and you're essentially looking for the characters that have all been sucked through a universe hole or something. I can't remember the ins and outs, but I don't want to also wreck. It starts with a cartoon. You watch that, you play the game. It does lots of clips. I'm quite impressed. It's much better than Tapped Out. I wonder whether they'll update Tapped Out to kind of catch up with this one, because this feels like it's a next gen Tapped Out, if that makes sense. Like there's actually a bit of a game to it. There's a lot of replayability, because if you do the world one way, you can then go and do it 3 or 4 other ways, and there's more story or different solutions or different ways you can respond to things. And I'm pleasantly surprised because I thought it would be, I'll load it up, I'll tap it for a bit, and it will go the same way as like most other games I've played. But no, there's a lot to this, and there's a lot to keep me coming back at the moment. So well done to them. And that is the only real new thing. Have you seen? While I'm on phones, have you seen the Pokemon raids? Have you had a look at them?
Anna's told me about them, and I've decided I'm done with the game, I think.
I've seen them. I've not done anything with them because I don't go out, and I haven't had the time when I do go out because we're just with the children. So have you done any of it?
Yeah, and they're quite, I mean, it has, put some new life into the game. They have eggs that hatch on gyms. Gyms are now Pokestops as well. When you go to the gym and the eggs hatch, there's a Pokemon that's overpowered there, and you can fight it. Once you've beaten it in a fight, you get to catch that Pokemon, but it's like a powered down version of it. It's still better than one you'd get in the wild, but you have to try and catch it, and they're always harder to catch. I was furious on the first day because I saw that an egg was hatching over by, is it Gufflax Church? The one over down the road from the post office?
Right, yep.
One of the ones you and the boy walk around on your videos. And it was a Snorlax egg, and I was just like, right, that's it. So I got my son in the car, my daughter was like, I'll come, and I was like, all right, get in. So we drove around there, parked up. My daughter was like, I thought we were going to the park. I didn't realise you were just parking up outside a church. I was like, no one asked you to come. Sit there and wait. So she kicked off for 10 minutes while me and my son sat there trying to catch this Snorlax. They're multiplayer fights. So what happens is you start the battle and it puts you in a queue for, I think it's 120 seconds, something like that. It's a bit annoying, to be honest, because there's 4 different levels, and a level 1 and a level 2 battle are really easy to beat. So you can do it on your own. But annoyingly, it doesn't give you an option to just go, yeah, I'll crack on, mate. It's all right. So you have to sit there for 2 minutes waiting in case somebody else turns up and wants to also battle it. So when I got there, I thought, well, this Snorlax is a level 4 battle. So I tried doing it on my own, and it absolutely slaughtered me. So then, luckily, 5 other people appeared, and on the game, I couldn't see them. So I'm sat there in my car, tapping away. We got this Snorlax down to 1% of health, and the timer ran out. We were there for about 20 minutes. My daughter was kicking off because she was just bored, and which is why I was like, I didn't ask you to come, you came with me, She was going nuts. My son was starting to get bored. When it cut off, I was livid. So I just sort of drove off. I could see that these people around the other side of the church had been cracking on, and I thought to myself, I need a way to track this, so that if another bloody Snorlax comes up, I want to know, and I want to be out across town to get it, because I've had this game a bloody year and a bit now, and I've never even seen one in the wild, let alone caught one.
Oh no!
I've got like 3 or 4 out of eggs, Sheepdog. You should get some eggs. Have you tried getting eggs?
I've got an egg at the moment on the go, but they're always terrible when I hatch them. The game doesn't like me.
Have you tried getting some good ones?
So when I got home, I went on Facebook and I was looking for a local group because I thought, I know there were some when the game was new. There must be 1 or 2 now where they'd just be like, oh, there's a Snorlax over by the leisure centre, and I can just be like, hey, in the car. Now I can drive. The world's my oyster. If someone tells me that there's a Snorlax waiting, I don't know, Calais, I'll go get a Euro ticket and I'll come off. I need to get one. I think I'll be fine. I'll have completed the game once I've got one. But anyway, I went in this group and this guy had just posted, oh yeah, there was a Snorlax by the church earlier. Me and the family went down there. Some guy from whatever the yellow team I'm in was there in his car. We got it down to 1%. And I'd been like effing and jeffing to my mates over text about these clowns who had let me down. And this guy was explaining that it was him, his wife, and their 3 children, all on different phones. And apparently the 3 kids all lost their internet connection like 10% from the end. So it was their fault that we didn't make it. But I had to be all polite and like, oh, that was me in the car, ho, ho, ho. But I was seething inside. I felt so annoyed. I just could not believe it.
That does answer my question about how on earth are there still 6 people in our village playing this game. 5 of them were together. That makes a lot of sense.
It was quite funny because I'd seen the conversation where it was like, oh, the gyms are up, oh, there's an egg hatching, oh, me and the family are going to go down there. And I was thinking, yeah, you were the people who ruined my hopes and dreams. This guy does seem a little bit odd. Like, he was tagging people who had no business, like, playing the game, whatever, and saying to them, you know so-and-so, can you go and ask them how on earth they took a gym when there was no one around and I was the only one there and I took it and then it got taken off me within seconds, basically accusing him of cheating, but like doing a witch hunt of random people in deep. And I just thought, mate, like, even I'm not that crazy. I'll only drive across country and to other countries to catch a Snorlax. I'm not going to witch hunt people. But at least I know he's got my back. He'll tell me if there's a Snorlax about now because he's slightly broken. Although they did release a website called Gym Hunter that I can just look at and see whether it's worth me even opening the app, and that's been handy.
Splendid. I played FIFA and Football Manager.
Have you?
Oh no!
Can't believe it.
Yeah, it's.
You got any better at FIFA yet?
I'm getting rather good
mediocre.
at FIFA, Pab. I think you're fine.
Tell them what you've done. Tell them what you've done. Tell them.
I've added an extra Xbox Live account so I could start Ultimate Team again because I wanted to have 2 Ultimate Teams.
What?
A few years ago, when I said I'd done that to replay games, he called me names. And now he's doing the same.
But it's because it had been going so well that I wanted to document it. So I've now got it on the new account, Elgato running the whole time, and it will become a YouTube series. So there's a method to my madness.
There's a method to my madness too.
But Anna, what you don't realise is I'm working while I'm doing it.
I'm not working.
I am working. I'm making videos. That means it's work.
So what? Your main account. What?
That's
you're never
my
going
play
to touch
account.
Again?
No, of course I will. Of course I will.
That's where he does all his training.
Yeah, exactly. I'll try out ideas on there.
Do you wear a tracksuit when you're on that one?
Yeah.
Probably.
I wear a tracksuit at all times. But yeah, Football Manager is a game I've played as well, rather successfully this week, and I can hear through the microphone, through the headphones of every listener, that what you're really desperate for is some new Lelujo merch. Well, don't worry, that came out this week, so you can go to teespring.com/Lelujo and pick yourself up some new merch as well. So everyone's happy.
You really missed the mark on the name, though, didn't you?
No, it's. The name is spot on. It's a wrestling reference, you moron.
But you're playing a football game, are you not?
Yeah, but it's deliberately named after the Expedition of Gold in wrestling.
Couldn't it be Expedition of Goals?
No, that would be
football.
stupid.
That would have been a great
same.
little... Would have been a little double take and doing a reference to wrestling, but it would have been on topic.
Nah.
I sat there, saw that, and thought... Yeah, he did that on his own, didn't he? He didn't ask anyone about that.
That's been going on for weeks. People love it in the comments.
Every comment I've seen has said cups aren't gold, they're silver.
That was on Twitter. The Twitter lot aren't the people who watch every day. They're the people who follow me after this pesky
silver,
thing.
why did you put gold?
Because that's what it's called. It's the Expedition of Gold. It's what Broken Matt Hardy did. And Brother Nero.
That?
The Broken Hardys.
But you're not doing anything about wrestling.
Wrestling's the other thing that's on my channel. It's football and wrestling.
But you're not... What?
But it's a football event. You're going to confuse people.
Enough people have bought that shirt for me to not worry. When I released
it said goals, imagine how many would have bought it.
Sheepdog, I can release that one in 2 weeks' time and they'll all buy it again.
None of them listen to this.
Yeah, exactly. I'm completely safe. I can say what I like on here. No one has any idea that I do a podcast. I'm very careful not to mention it.
Yeah, no.
Good. Right, we got any more games then before we have to talk about all those other things that we talk about?
I mean, yes.
Well, please discuss them, Pab.
As you know, I have basically been playing Witcher, but I have picked up Far Cry 4 again and started that again.
How do you have the time?
I don't. I barely touched it again. But
He's got the time to buy them. He just doesn't have the time to play them.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah. I forgot he did say he picked it up. He might have just meant he's reading the back of the box or something.
No, I've already got the back of the box on the Xbox. I bought it again on PlayStation. Because I'm a moron.
Lofton said that.
Yes. But what I've started it again on PlayStation, basically because I've played too much PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. I've burnt out on that game, I think. It's just...
Oh, yeah, it'd be fun.
The game is too hard. The game is just too much of me getting out of a plane, running for about 20 minutes, and then getting shot by the invisible man from somewhere 200 yards away.
Didn't they update it last night, though?
There was an update yesterday. I do not care for it anymore. Get lost. I will occasionally play it for like 1, maybe 2 games, but I'm not going like in recent months where it's just been like just constantly playing that game. It's just too much stress. It's too difficult to be playing. So I just wanted a nice, easy shooter. And Far Cry 4 popped up in the sale on the PlayStation Store. I went, yeah, why not? Let's do that. Because I've never even played 4, and 5 got me sort of revved up for another Far Cry game. So I was like, right, I barely touched 4. So I've basically done the opening hour or 2, maybe. I've got it on easy, of course, because that's how you should play games.
Yep.
Which one is 4? The one with the guy?
The one in...
Blonde hair?
Yes, Pagan Min.
Oh, yeah, yes.
Yeah. Set in, like, the
Himalayas? Oh, my God, what are they called? The honey badgers are the...
Oh, I did notice that. I was just wondering, what the hell's attacking me here?
Hate them things.
They're nasty buggers, aren't they? Honey badgers.
They don't care, though, do they? They don't care about nothing.
They are vicious little swines.
Yeah, they're horrible.
I was like, what the hell's attacking me? I looked down, there's a little badger, but he's gnawing at my ankles, taking all the health off me.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
And then I was climbing up a tower, and a bloody eagle came along and nearly knocked me off. Mm-hmm. They started just attacking. I forgot about that game, and the bloody birds start attacking you as well. I was like, oh. But that is a good game. Far Cry is a good game, and 5, like I say, 5 is what got me like, oh, I want to play Far Cry again. So I've been putting that in every now and again, just to have a nice casual evening, just shooting stuff and hunting animals and making wallets and what have you, as you do.
Sounds like a dream evening.
Yeah, it's better than sitting in a field for 20 minutes and then getting shot from somewhere where you don't even know where it came from.
That only happened to us once.
Well, never again. What else have I played? Well, the only other thing is, realistically, I've played Overwatch. I'm almost at nearly at level cap to get to do ranked now on the PlayStation now. Some guy, a listener on Twitter, hit me up in the week and said, I play a tank and a healer. Hit me up next time you're on. And I was like, okay, I'll take you up on that. So we've played a couple of games. I think his name's Dan, I want to say. Yeah, I think it's Dan.
He had a scintillating chat then. Don't remember his name.
He's got
his Twitter handles and PSN names.
Said, my name's Dan, and 4 hours later,
I think it's Dan. I think it's Dan Gold. I think, and I think he's either his username on PSN's weird, and I can't remember it now. And anyway,
I still have to check that perhaps name's Phil. I don't want to get it wrong.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I've just been playing Overwatch. The other thing I did want to mention is the SNES Mini. Has anyone else pre-ordered this, or is it just me again?
I'm probably going to.
Well, you'll have a job now.
I won't. I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You still got the other one. You still got the NES.
Still sealed.
Did you see those nutters who have? They've bought piles of the NESs and they're pre-ordering like 30 or 40 of the SNESs. It's like, what's wrong with you people?
You can make because you'll make a tidy sum. That's why if you're savvy enough, you'll make a nice profit on it.
If you were Nintendo, would you not just make an extra?
They are making a damn sight more. But they're only being produced for this year. Then that is it.
They're a confusing bunch.
So it's basically I don't know what the whole deal is with it. It's got to be something to do with like production, and is it I don't know.
No, it's stimulating artificial demand. That's what the deal is.
But
they are. But it feels like they're going. We're going to sell them at, I don't know. Let's say whatever. Are they 30 quid?
70 quid.
70 quid. We'll sell them at 70 quid. We'll keep it artificially low, and then you lot can flog them off at £100.
They're not getting any of the profit. Really, they're not making mass profit on it. Like they were making money on 70 quid, but when people are selling it for like 200-300 quid, it's just bonkers.
And I suppose they are cashing in on the fact that rather than a Nintendo geek buying one and being happy, the Nintendo geek's buying 10 and then making everyone want it.
And gouging everyone else for it, for who wanted one.
That is, I suppose, creating that kind of element of, they're limited stock and they only go up in price and I should buy it now if I want it. But I don't know, I still just kind of think, let them do that gouging for like a week and then go, we're going to release more.
Well, they will continue to release more like they have done with the NES, but they have stopped making the NES now. And that's why they're making the SNES. And this is only running up till the end of the year. And then there'll be no more, and they'll probably be making...
Why do you call them the NES and the SNES?
I don't know. I change it. I interchange. I don't know why. I started off saying the SNES, and I don't know. So, yeah, who knows? I don't know why they're doing that, but... I pre-ordered one anyway. I pre-ordered one immediately. The first chance I saw it getting in one, I was like, yeah, okay, I'll have one of them. Because Star Fox 2's on it. Star Fox 2 is finally coming out.
Who cares?
Well, people who like Star Fox. I don't really like Star Fox, but it's intriguing. I just like the fact that the second game is. I'm curious.
Hang on. So the first one wasn't called that, was it? Was it X-Wing or something like that?
Star Wing. It was
Star
Fox, or Lila. I think it was Lila Wars over here.
Was it? I thought it was Star Wing or something like that.
No.
Yeah, it was Star Wing. I had it as Star Wing, but it was also called Star Fox. So is Star Fox 2 the sequel to...
Star Fox game is a game that never came out. It was a game that they were preparing to release, or whatever it was. It's pretty much a completed game, and then they just all of a sudden pulled the plug on it and went, right, okay, done. Never, and it never seen light of day again, realistically. And they're putting it on this.
I used to just try and get the frog killed on the first one. Just you play it, get the frog killed, job done. It's a good game though. Yeah. I never completed it, but I got quite far in it.
Yeah, I like that.
Didn't.
Yeah, I like that game, and I think it'll be. I think the whole thing is a cool idea. I mean, a lot of people say, "Oh, just get a Raspberry Pi," and I've got a Raspberry Pi, and I've got all the retro stuff on there. But it's just a nifty little cool thing. It really is a cool little item.
A good thing to leave in a box, still sealed on a shelf.
Oh, yeah,
which is what I would.
Do you reckon he'll do an N64 and a GameCube?
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? You basically think, well, what comes next year then? Did he do an N64 and a GameCube? Because they're not going to go past the GameCube, realistically, are they? They're not going to do a mini Wii.
Why? I'm surprised they haven't just made, obviously not a mini Game Boy, it's already mini, but making a Game Boy with all the Game Boy games inside of it can't be that hard, can it?
Well, maybe that is a thing, but they're also looking at, the Virtual Console on the 3DS has got most of the games on there now anyway.
But if I was able to just buy a handheld device that had every Game Boy game imaginable just on it, and
that'd be much more expensive because then you have to put a screen on it.
Yeah, just a little black and white screen, though.
Yeah,
but it doesn't. Yeah, but that still costs. It's going to be much more cost effective than basically a Raspberry Pi in a box
at the moment, aren't they? The games are making them nothing. So if they just
like I say, who knows? They might do it. I wouldn't disagree. I wouldn't go against having one. I'd buy one.
I would. That's probably the one I'd deep to buy because I think I'd get my mileage out of it.
But have you seen that? They've got a Game Boy thing at the minute up for smartphones. Have you seen that? There's like a thing that you put around your phone, and at the front is like a Game Boy, and on the back you put your phone in the top, and then it basically there is a cartridge slot on the back to put Game Boy games in, and it looks like a Game Boy effectively because the top of the screen sticks out the top of it, and that's where the game is played. Yeah, it's really cool. Probably don't do it for my phone. It's probably for iPhones only at the minute. So, yeah.
The answer is there, mate.
just get me old Game Boy out. Yeah, so I just wanted to bring that up because I'm curious to see how this thing pans out realistically. It's going to be massive again, isn't it? Similar to the NES one. NES.
While we're on the topic of Nintendo, what other games are on the Switch now that are worth a look? Because I've come into some Amazon vouchers and it was just like looking through it. I was thinking one day I know I'll pull the trigger on it, but I mean, know.
Right now Zelda is the big thing still. Then there is Mario Kart, which is the best Mario Kart out there. ARMS that just come out last week or the week before, I want to say, and that's getting a lot of good reception about it. It's not my sort of thing, fighting games, but it's supposed to be very good as well. Splatoon will be out July-ish?
Yeah, 21st July.
Yeah, Splatoon, I'll probably end up getting that because Splatoon is just a really cool multiplayer game. And yeah,
I might just wait then because it looks like lots of stuff's coming out just before Christmas. And
yeah, I mean Mario is the big pull there for going up to Christmas. What's that, October, November?
I'm really clever. I don't know. I'll fob it off on my daughter. She's really getting a beating tonight, isn't she? Sorry, but I'll just get her a Switch for Christmas and then be like,
just thank you very much. I'll take that.
Yeah, go to your room. You're grounded.
Off to bed you go.
Yeah,
I'm playing some Zelda now.
Yeah.
Splendid. Right, is that it for games then?
Control?
Yes.
Have we got any movies or televisual experiences to discuss then?
Preacher is back.
Preacher is back.
Is it? I haven't finished watching the first season yet.
Preacher is the first episode of season 2 is really good.
And the second one is too.
Is the second one out there? I've not watched
they're both on Amazon Prime.
I need to look that up then. I thought they were coming out every Tuesday.
Well, the weird thing they did was they put episode 1 out on Monday, episode 2 out on Tuesday, and then said it'll be on every Tuesday from now on.
Yeah, I had a feeling they'd do that, but I went, no, they can't put it out on Monday and then assume the next episode will be on the Tuesday. Right, okay, I need to catch up with that then. Cool.
Very, very good though. I was very impressed.
Did you watch the first season?
I did, yeah.
So the first season didn't really. There was very little based off the comics. It was much more an establishing season, wasn't it? From what I can remember.
That's it. But this one
seems like it's going much more off the comics.
Right, I'll have to get caught up then. That's why I stopped watching the first season because it was just boring because it wasn't what I wanted it to be.
It was set before the comics last season.
It was just like getting up to the point of the comics. Basically,
it was meant to be something for people like us who are fans of the comic, but just seeing it word for word it would be good. I'd like it, but I think they wanted to add in a bit of a prequel for us and then crack on. I feel like there isn't a comedy like this. Like, I know it's not just a comedy, but it's so bloody funny and so bloody brutal, and just the originality of the characters. I forgot how much I loved this. I was watching it just thinking, it kind of crept up on me. It just appeared out, and Preacher's back, by the way, and I just thought, whoa, if I'd have known that a month ago, I'd have been chomping at the bit for it by the time it came back. So I was very pleasantly surprised to see that it's another weekly one to tide me over.
Yeah. It's superb. It really, it's not like Game of Thrones good, but it's still satisfactory.
Yeah,
it's not bad at all.
I think people my wife watched it with me, and I think she really likes it. And obviously, to her, it's all just new because she's not read it. So, to see her enjoy something that I enjoyed already, it's nice. It's one of those things where I can share that with her now. That I think it's brilliant. I'm really, I'm chuffed that it's there. Did you finish American Gods?
Yes,
we didn't.
Gods. American Gods.
You're never in it, Kevin.
I've been busy. 3 jobs at the moment.
Exactly, so you're never in, so we can't watch these things.
Yeah, American Gods, the final episode is, you're like, I'm in for season 2 immediately. Just reverted straight away for that. Because a lot of, it's the Shadow Moon is basically, it feels like a portrayal of the people watching it. It's just like, because I'm like, he doesn't know what's going on half the time.
Gotcha.
I don't know what's going on half the time.
Do you know, it's really funny at the start of the episode, because I didn't know this was the finale, and my wife goes to me, I've not really been watching. I feel like I don't know what's going on, because she's been doing a lot of her work, because she started her maternity leave today, and so she's been doing a lot of work to try and finish beforehand. So whenever it was on, she was watching it, but not really giving it her all. And I was trying to explain to her what was going on based on my understanding. And then this episode, out of nowhere, just explained everything. Yeah. Well, not everything, but most things quite clearly. And I was like, well, there you go.
Yeah, it's bizarre. Like I said, the entire season, Shadow has been going like, I do not know what's going on. I'm just going along with this. I do not know. Every single episode I've been doing the same. I'm going, what? I'm like, yeah, all right, fair enough. Just keep going with it. Whatever. It looks interesting. And it's kind of cool. And then the last episode, like you say, everything is just sort of like put into place and just explained. Like pretty much most of it is all just explaining that final episode. And you're like, oh, okay, let's see where this goes season 2 then, because now you know what the score is. You want to see where this plays out to now. So
it's got some cracking actors and actresses in it, hasn't it?
Yes.
They're all like, every now and again someone will pop in, I'm like, bloody hell, they're in it too. Like, the budget for this must be ridiculous. I know it's Amazon, so they're probably spending quite a lot, but man, the budget on this seems mental.
I didn't realise it was Gillian Anderson until like the second or third time she was in it. And
I said to my wife, I didn't realise she could act that well. I've only ever seen her act quite basic, blind.
Yeah.
You know, obviously Scully's a massive character, but she was quite deadpan, wasn't she? You know, she only was like, I'm skeptical. So yeah, that's my perfect impression of Scully there. But she can act really well. I was quite surprised.
Yeah. Like I said, there's loads of relatively big named actors in it and actresses, so it's cool.
Just for me, rounding off the whole programs that are comics, iZombie season 3 finished as well this week, and that's a really good series. I was going to read it, and then I thought, I don't think I can now. I've watched it before, I read it, sort of thing. But
the comic's completely different. It's not even the same character.
That whole approach to a zombie outbreak and world thing is completely different from any other one, and I kind of prefer it this way. I wish more zombie apocalypses were like this, because it's started to really heat up. I don't know how many more seasons it can have, considering it's a already completed comic. As far as I'm aware, it is anyway.
Did I not say it right a second ago? It's completely different. It's a different character entirely in the comic.
All right, you must have had your thing off.
Maybe I did. Yeah, it's just based on the same idea. It's completely different.
That's good.
Right. Okay, that is good then. I will read it, but it's been great this season. Really enjoying it. It's just building a proper world out of it all. There's so many different, like the zombie people are kind of growing as a society, I guess is the best way of putting it. And yeah, it's very cool. I like it. It's a good program, but I didn't realise it wasn't particularly connected to the comics then. I'm a little bit disappointed now, because I was thinking that's 3, that comics have just knocked out of the park.
Well, there you have it. Anna, we watched something, but I don't remember what it was.
Nope.
Have you finished Better
Glow!
Call Saul?
That's what it was. We watched Glow.
Oh, is it good? I'll keep meaning to watch that.
It's very good. I liked it a lot. I would like to watch an episode now. In fact, if we pause, we could watch... Is it episode 3 we're about to watch, Anna?
Possibly.
I would like to watch it now, please. So. Can we abandon the podcast?
You're outside.
Only because of this pesky podcast. If I come back in...
And we've also been watching YouTube, haven't we, Kevin?
Oh. What, you've been upping Kev's numbers?
What have we been watching on YouTube?
I don't know.
Superheroes.
What?
On YouTube! Injustice!
Oh, yeah. I had no idea what you were talking about.
Sorry.
I wondered if that's what you were talking about. When you said YouTube, I thought Injustice, but...
We've only watched a little bit of it, haven't we? We've not watched
We've watched 3 episodes, and each episode is about 40 minutes.
Yeah. So
really? What?
Bit.
What's Injustice on YouTube?
Injustice 2.
Just a cutscene.
The game.
Yeah.
But the game...
It's got the fights in. We need to find one that doesn't have the fights in, really. But Anna likes
going
I
to
like
say
fights.
Yeah.
I was confused.
You like seeing the moves and stuff.
The first time, they get a bit repetitive.
No, because he changes it nearly every time.
Yeah.
The special moves are a bit repetitive, definitely. I wished for a skip button once I played that to a certain extent, sort of thing. But I was wondering how it could be 40 minutes an episode, but with the fights in, yeah. I wish I'd thought of doing that.
Well, perhaps you should have done.
Yeah, never mind.
Better Call Saul?
Yeah. Sorry, have you finished that, Kev?
No. Anna didn't want to watch it when I wanted to the other day, and I don't remember why.
Finished what?
Better Call Saul. I think we started watching the episode and you went to bed, didn't you? Yeah.
I was tired.
Yeah.
I finished Orange is the New Black, but we obviously didn't do an episode last week, so I couldn't talk about that. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it's intriguing how they're going to... Did we talk about this?
No, you hadn't seen the end.
Because I'm intrigued as to how they'll do more seasons now. But yeah, I thought it was a good season. It's better than the ratings sort of suggested it would be. Everyone said this was a terrible season, but I enjoyed it. I think I probably enjoyed them being back as much as anything. But yeah, I mean, it's never going to be like season 1 and 2 because it's all established now. But
I guess
good.
So, yeah.
I feel like a lot of the programs that were awesome last year kind of become the standard this year. I finished Kimmy Schmidt and was like, yeah, that's not that great anymore. It's okay. I kind of just watch it for the one-liners from Titus Andromedon. Other than him, the rest of it's a bit weird. But I thought that was amazing last year. Really enjoyed watching it, and yeah.
Interesting.
There'll probably be a new one next year, and we'll watch it, and we'll critique it, and we'll still wait for the next year and the next year. I did finish the Fear of the Walking Dead season 2.
Oh, that's right.
Still riding that train, even though Kev hates it.
Yeah, we tried watching
like
episode 1 of that when it came back, and I was just like, oh, I remember why we stopped watching it. The characters are completely unlikable, and I wish they would all die.
I go and what I've watched season 1 and season 2, and the woman in that, she annoys me no end. The teach woman, I wish she would just die. She's like Andrea and just gets on my nerves. Her husband just annoys me as well because he's all like, oh, I need to protect my son, but his son is a maniac and it's just kill him already. The only person I do like is like the drug addict boy, the teenage kind of adult. I don't know where he is. I don't know how old he is, but he's really young, and I like him. He's awesome. Like, so he's not doing drugs anymore.
Oh, he seems like a good actor, but an annoying character, I thought.
In the second one, he's not that bad. Because obviously they leave wherever they were from. I can't remember, and where they end up, he goes on his own and does his own thing. And I was more interested in his story than the rest of them because they did nothing for me. Like this, there was one woman, she was there 1 minute, and then the next minute she's like hundreds of miles away. Like, how did she get there? How did she leave? Because like where she was, she couldn't have left, and it just doesn't make sense. So I've seen.
Sorry, I'm only laughing because it sounded like you'd done your own version of Cotton Eye Joe there. How did she get there? How did she leave?
Well, no, because like they were at a place and there was 2 of them. One of the girls was searching the room, and she come back and she was just like gone. But there was no way for her to get out. And then you see her a few episodes later, and she's miles away doing whatever she's doing. So I'm thinking, there's a bit of a weird one. It still doesn't explain it. Maybe I missed it or something, but I don't know. But I don't know how she ended up there. But just the rest of them, I just couldn't really care about, except the guy. I can't even remember his name, but I've seen that season 3 has started, and it is his face like on the ads. So, do I have £29 to spend on the season? I don't know. But do I have to wait another year and a bit for it to come on Prime? So I'm battling with myself at the moment. But I do like it because there's no like Walking Dead for the rest of the year. I need my fill of that world. I don't want to get into the comics because I just can't be bothered with them. They don't have the same impact on me as watching it does. I can't be doing with that. But I need to find it cheaper than £29. I did purchase a film this week. It was all over Facebook that Passengers with what's her face from Hunger Games and Chris Pratt.
Lucy? No,
Chris Pratt from Jurassic Park. That blew.
There's two better things than Jurassic Park. You could have said he was from Guardians of the Galaxy or Parks and Recreation.
I don't know what Parks and Recreation is.
It's awesome.
Never done it, and yeah, but I just remember him on Jurassic Park because I grew up with Jurassic Park. But I bought Passengers for like £7 on Blu-ray, and I thought that was a great deal, so I bought that.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it was all over Facebook. Like Nikki Wilson put it out on Facebook, and I was like, £7 for a Blu-ray of something that came out possibly this year. Was it this year, Kevin?
Yeah. January.
Yeah. So I got a brand new film on Amazon for 7 p. So £7 something p. Yeah, you should do. Got it within the day. I ordered it Saturday night, came Sunday afternoon. So still got to watch it though, just haven't had time. But I probably will watch it tomorrow when I'm sat in here by myself, all alone. Because Kev says it is a chick flick.
You won't be sat in there by yourself tomorrow because it'll be Sunday when you're sat in there by yourself. So there.
What?
Oh, that's you told.
It's Friday.
Yeah.
You said from Saturday I won't see you because you're starting your next start.
Yeah,
work.
I can't do that until Sunday.
Why?
It's all explained on the vlog. Don't worry.
Okay. So I'll watch it with Kevin then. There we go.
There you go, Kev.
Splendid.
Do you remember, right, about 10 episodes in probably of the show when it very first started, we were talking about the fact they were going to make a Power Rangers movie, or I suggested that the film I want to see most is a grittier, more grown-up Power Rangers film. Do you remember that at all, Kevin? I think you probably called me a loser. Yeah,
I don't know what you're saying. You're a loser.
Well, yeah, they did a PG-13 Power Rangers film last year, I think. I watched that the other day and was really, really pleased. It obviously wasn't like, best film of all time level quality, but it was Power Rangers made a bit more grown up and with a bit of a better sense of humour, and I highly recommend it to anyone who is a fan and hasn't seen it, because I watched it and it was brilliant. It's exactly the sort of thing I was describing when I was saying make a grittier Power Rangers.
Splendid.
I do want to watch it, but
I don't think I could cope with watching a Power Rangers film.
It's supposed to be alright.
I hated the TV show though.
What?
I was too old for it.
How old are you? 40?
No, the difference with this one is it's not gaudy. It's not like big plastic characters and plasticky looking robots and stuff. It's what's her name who was in Hunger Games, plays Rita. And
Lord,
I forget her name. And there was Goldar in the show who was just like that gold plastic thing with a blue face, but he's not in this. She's summoning a creature called Goldar to destroy the planet, and it's just this gold kind of like she basically gets a lot of gold together to make him. But it was a very cool villain. It kept close to what people would know, but it didn't make it this weird looking tacky plastic thing that just, roars at her or whatever. They didn't jump straight into your Power Rangers, let's go. Most of the film, they were people coming together, and it was a proper origin story, and it was really good. And Bryan Cranston was Zordon, and he was really good as that. And there's a bit of an anti-hero type vibe to him, the way he just talks to them and everything. And every bit they could have done badly and made lame, they actually managed to make quite good, and they left out the Bulk and Skull and those lame characters. The Alpha 5, the robot, isn't too bad. I was expecting him to be lame, but he was actually just a robot. It was fine. I think the only downside was the Megazord didn't look all that amazing. It looked quite cool, but I just couldn't imagine buying that for my kids to play with and it having the same impact as the original Megazord did. It looked a bit too polished and metal and sharp.
Fair enough. Elizabeth Banks, Sheepdog.
That's it. Banksy. It looked the Megazord. One thing I would say, it looks more like a Transformer. To be fair, I think that's probably the problem. They've gone for that sort of style of graphics. You can't really see how the dinosaurs make up the parts of it, which I guess is a good thing. The original one, I mean, I've just got the pictures side by side, and the new one does look better. Now I'm looking at how bad the original one looks. Yeah, definitely. Okay. But no, I recommend it to the listeners. Kev, maybe not so much. You've watched 2 films, have you not, since we last spoke, Kev?
I don't know, have I?
I want to say Wonder Woman, and
we talked about that.
Yeah.
What did you've been to the cinema twice recently, haven't you?
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 and Wonder Woman.
Oh, no, you did talk about them. I thought you'd been since then as well.
Well, you've made a fool of yourself there, haven't you?
I have, like a damn Egypt.
Well, there we go. Is that it for TV and motion pictures?
I believe so.
Yes.
Splendid. Well, Anna, are you sticking around for Comic Club?
No, I'm bored. Because I can't play The Witcher when I'm talking to you a lot.
No, you can't.
The Crash has done my head in, and I was going to buy 2 games on the Xbox, but I can't find my purse.
Oh. Well, that's a terrible situation.
That is a terrible situation. So I'm going to put some TV on and watch our child do her singing.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm confused.
I can get videos on my TV by throwing it over there.
I see.
I'm going to throw it at the TV.
You throw it at the TV.
Yeah.
Sounds like an excellent plan. Right, well, bye-bye then, Anna. Where can people find you on the internet if they were so inclined?
I'm at Mr. Lujo, but I don't think there'll be any new people this week. Oh, I have had 20 people add me today, which is lovely.
Really? That's cool.
Mm-hmm. Because of Kev's video.
Oh, excellent.
So that's nice. But that's where I'm at. That's where I'll be. I'll post a bunch of weird stuff on there now and again.
Mm-hmm. If you need us to form a picket line in Bourne, then let us know. We'll all join you down there. Just stand across the car
I haven't
park.
got the time. That's the problem. I don't have any free time to go and do that because he's always with me.
I said that in my rant.
Yeah. I don't have air. I'd never go out anywhere. It's annoying because he's he doesn't want to go anywhere because he doesn't like outside. But that's a story for another day.
Kev should buy you a Winnebago so that you can drive it around. He can just sit in his room.
She can't drive.
But that's a small technicality. Winnebago, she can go wherever she wants, and as long as she's by the window.
I still can't drive.
Learn.
I've got no money to learn.
Yeah, sheepdog.
Teacher. And I can bribe a tester.
Tester. Me and Kev would just fight because he'll be like, "You're doing it wrong," and I'm like, "No, I'm not."
Don't do it wrong then.
See, I can't. We can't do it. We're getting on now. I've not even done it.
Enough. You sound like a robot that just malfunctioned. When I've been driving long enough, I'll teach you. It'll be grand.
Oh, like, no.
That doesn't really solve your problem because that's like a year away.
Yeah. And then I'll have uni to deal with and all that giblets. That's always fun.
Uni is known for its giblets.
Say, what course are you doing again?
Giblets.
Crime
Giblet
and
studies.
Investigation studies. I'm going to be CSI.
You basically want to murder Kev and get away with it, don't you?
No,
Join the queue.
I didn't even hear what he said then.
Join the queue.
All right.
I think he said. But no, I'm quite fond of Kev. He's all right sometimes.
Yeah.
When he listens. Only when he listens.
Rarely then.
I could kill him. Pardon?
I said rarely then. Is my microphone not working properly?
And I'm going to do a CSI course to learn how.
No, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to do it because I looked at everything else that they do and I thought, no. Oh, that sounds interesting. No. Oh, that sounds interesting. No. And that was it.
Is this what you said in your interview? Yeah.
I looked at what you were offering, and I only picked the two that I liked. And like the thing was, the first thing you said when I sat down is like, "Oh, the media studies has changed now." I was like, "Oh no, media studies. I just don't want to go and do that again." I found it the most boring thing in the world. In one respect, I'm quite glad that Andy stopped going to school because that means I didn't have to go anymore. Because I just when the first term, I was just like, oh, this is so much theory. I just don't care about these people that are dead. And then we went back and it was like,
hang on a minute, isn't that what the CSI thing's going to be?
No, it's not.
That's all it's going to be. These people are dead.
Yeah, dead, but not people that were.
Sorry, no, you just.
No, I can't explain things to you because you just.
No, I'm not sat here waiting to catch you out. You just described for a split second. I thought she's talking about
influential people that are now dead.
Yeah.
I don't care about them. Why they did what they did.
Elvis or whatever that you like. Yeah, so what?
Yeah, I just don't care. And then I went back and we had to do web pages, and I was just like, I cannot be bothered to do. Like, why do I want to make a blog about myself? I don't even want to do it in my free time. Why would I want to do it and paying the thousands of pounds that I was paying for? I was like, I've done this before. I'm not doing it again. Mm-hmm. So in one respect, I'm glad that he doesn't go to school. But now it's just like, please just go to school for a day or two. But we'll get to. But he has a condition and he can't, so it's fine.
When you are on the course and seeing as I can now drive, could we put some Mystery Machine stickers on my car and go around solving crimes once you know a bit about it? Kev can be Scooby-Doo. I think that'd be great. We could just drive around. There's bound to be loads of crime in Peterborough that we don't know about.
What are you bringing to this enterprise as a crime solver? I'm pretty sure she'll meet some people at uni who she could form a crime-solving team with who have a car. You need to offer a little bit more to the enterprise.
It was my idea. You're a dog. I can be a dog. I'm sheepdog. What am I even thinking?
There you go, you see.
But yeah, we did the student finance day, and apparently I'm going to be there for 3 terms, so I'll be there all the time. Not just till September to April, which is...
You don't get summer off?
Yeah, I finish in June.
None of these April finishes that we had.
Oh, wow. Cool. What's the point?
But I'm not bothered because I have to go and do my GCSE in science, and that's every week. So either way, I'm going to be there. So I have to do my science GCSE as well as a degree. I'm not doing a foundation degree. I'm doing the actual degree because they've messed up somewhere. So apparently I'm doing, because I did.
I love it. They've messed up somewhere.
They have, because I did my essay. I sent it off, and he went, "Okay, well done. You're on the foundation." And then about 4 hours later, I get my UCAS thing come back on the track thing, and it says, "Your offer of the degree has been accepted. Congratulations!" Like,
see, if I know that uni as well as I think I know that uni, they probably put your essay on the scales. And it was probably just balancing between two numbers for a bit. And when it finally balanced, I was like, yeah, that's heavy enough. Because that's how they marked Kev's work and my work.
Yeah, they did. I had some heavy work. Anna, at one point during uni, I was so convinced of this theory because I got top marks every single time that I just quite brazenly, in front of everybody, sheepdog included, said, I'm not even going to finish this sentence. I'm just going to hand it in as it is. Showed him it, printed it out, he witnessed it all, and I still got the top grade in the group. They didn't read the work.
Yeah. So I reckon, yep, you just, that heavy ink, heavy paper.
But I don't know what happened. Like, because he was convinced, but then I got back to him. I was like, "Well, UCAS is saying I'm on the degree. You're saying I'm on the foundation. Can you tell me what's going on?" He sent that to someone else in admissions, and nothing's changed for like 9-10 days. So as far as I'm concerned, if they can't change it, then I'm on the degree. Because no one's really taking it serious. So I was going to
say, they probably, now you're on it, they don't care. The computer said yes.
And as I told you when I looked into it, that UCAS offer is a contract. Just like you can't back out of it and do your backup option now. You've accepted their offer. That's a contractual obligation that they've made there. All they can do now is throw you off the course completely. But they're not going to do that because they need the numbers. Yeah, exactly. So they're stuck.
If you can wangle that when you leave and apply for a CSI job, and they just accidentally make you head of the CSI department, you know, like your career could be built off the back of these sorts of mistakes.
I know, it's so weird. But I'm guessing the foundation and the degree run at the same time. It's like the same class, and then if you're a degree, you go on for the extra year. So I can't see it mattering much. Maybe he'll think, because I quit on my media studies and I haven't got a science degree, I don't know nothing. The thing is, I do know science, but I didn't do the GCSE because I got bullied relentlessly for 4 years, and I know I didn't do well, but I know science. I know I don't know physics very well, but the other two, biology, chemistry, I'm great at, but physics I just don't get it that well. But I'm sure this college 3-hour class will teach me everything I need to know. Yeah. I thought you lot were talking about college.
Yeah, you derailed us, you monster.
When I laughed a second ago, I let out a little bit of a laugh. It's only because I realised like you were talking about, I suddenly thought, we're still doing the show. And then I was trying to suffocate my laugh because I suddenly thought, you've just said you were bullied relentlessly, and I'm laughing away, only because I realised, and it wasn't anything to do with what you said, it was just that I realised this is supposed to be the comic section, and I'd forgotten. In my mind, I was about to go, right, I need to go to bed, it's getting late, see you all next week. And then, yeah, we've still got a section to do. But no, I'm really chuffed that you're, it seems like you're getting the full degree. It'll save you a little bit of time, and yeah.
Get all that student finance.
We'll be solving crimes in no times.
Bye-bye, Anna.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Anna.
Bye.
So, comic books.
Yeah, they're a thing.
They are. I have been reading one book for the entire 2 weeks since we last spoke.
Oh, yeah.
Because a little while ago, I purchased the Stray Bullets Uber Alice edition, which had the first 5 volumes of it. It is as thick. It's thicker than that Hawkeye book that you bought.
Is it like the omnibus of The Walking Dead?
Yeah, it's a little bit thicker than, because we've got the first omnibus of The Walking Dead. It's slightly thicker than that. And
wow.
It's absolutely brilliant. If you recall, about a year ago, I talked about the Stray Bullets Volume 6, Sunshine and Roses, that I'd been following monthly and thought was absolutely brilliant and had never heard of the series before, and assumed that each volume was fairly unconnected, but it's not. It's it's weird because the volume 6 I've just read is kind of a prequel to what I'm reading about in volumes 1 and 2 at the moment. It's brilliant the way he's done it, and it's been written over about 20 years. It's all set in Baltimore in the late 70s, early 80s, of just a bunch of unconnected people who fall onto the wrong side of the tracks, and it'll go 4 or 5 issues and a character won't be mentioned at all, and then it'll just do an issue on that character, and it'll sort of link into this thing that at the time was probably published about 18 months before. And I just read one now that was published in about 2001 that is a direct prequel to one of the ones that I read about a year ago. If you were reading them in chronological order, that's where you'd put it. And it's so brilliantly done. It's just a fella who sits there in his pants with his pen. He draws it, he writes it. His wife is the publisher and editor, and Image have put it together as a collection in a big fat book. But otherwise, it's all pretty much just this husband and wife team who've been doing nothing but this for the last 20 years. And it's really, really cool. And I suggest anyone in the world should go and read Stray Bullets, because it's excellent. I still haven't finished it, but it's just awesome.
Sounds good.
It is good, Sheepdog. Yeah. That's the impression I was trying to give.
I'm a nightmare in that I am currently flitting between. I'm on Sandman Book 8, which this has been the hardest one to read so far because it's an odd one where a random guy has walked into a tavern during a storm, and the tavern is situated nowhere at no time. Just like to him, it was, I don't know, October 2001. To some people, it's like July 1917, and they're all just telling stories about their lives, and some of them have been really, really amazing and detailed and deep, and others have been a little bit weird and annoying, and I'm finding it difficult to get through those ones. But then suddenly I'll get a good one and rattle through it in sort of 15-20 minutes, and all the other books leading up to this one have been really easy reads and really good, whereas this one's just been a slog because of just a couple of them. But I still, I say it every week, go and check it out. You should. But I've also been reading, I must have said this before, I got Sex Criminals Volume 2, which I didn't read on holiday out of embarrassment, but I'm about halfway through that. And again, it's one of those where that one's fine. I just, when I go to read, I kind of, Sandman's above it in the pile, so I read that. But then I'm also reading like other books here and there for a pile. I've got a bit of a pile of shame growing, and I'm sort of inching forward on each of them. But then when I'm just sat around watching telly or doing nothing or whatever, I end up catching up on all the different DC comics, and was reading the Super Sons series. There's 5 or 6 of them out at the moment, and they're actually better than I expected. I kind of thought they'd be. When I read the first one, I was checking whether it was for me or for my kids, and actually the answer is I don't know. It could be for both, because it's not inappropriate for kids, but it's not childish. I'm really enjoying it. I think they've made Jonathan Kent and Damian Wayne really good characters. They've given them their own kind of dramatic battles, and I quite like that. Superboy's always been a bit of a hit and miss character, hasn't he, traditionally, but I thought it was really good. Flash is having some good stories at the moment. They're doing the origin of Reverse Flash's hatred for him. They never really explained why he went from being his biggest fan to hating him in the future and killing his mum and so on and so forth. And they're starting to do that, which is really interesting. It's all tying into that rebirth stuff. I know you kind of flit in and out of that yourselves, but you haven't looked at it in a while, but it is very, very good.
Splendid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What about you, Pork and Beans?
Right. Well, we had a bit of a bumper crop here. I've read Volume 5, The Wicked and Divine.
Was it good?
This has been the hardest book to read of all of them. As you know, with me, I pretty much read these instantly. This one took me a week.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The first issue back, I like the start of the book, right? The first couple of pages, there's just like a page of pictures of all the gods, and it gives you like a recap, because I was thinking, I don't remember what's gone on. And it just gives you a recap about what the situation is of each of them and what their like sort of like state of mind is. It's just like a 2-sentence thing on each of them. I thought, okay, that's kind of cool. And then like episode 23, issue 23, sorry, is basically set up like an OK magazine.
Oh, I remember this issue. It was brilliant.
It was good, but it's not how I read. It took me the best part of like 3 or 4 days just to read it, because I was just reading like each individual like column for each god as a thing, and I was just reading that, and I was like, okay, I'll stop reading that now. Whereas I'd normally go through an issue like that at a time, just to read an issue, and then. But I was like, okay, it's all right. It does give you a lot more insight into the certain characters that are interviewed in these things. But I was like, this is just really not how I read comic books. I don't read magazines like this for a reason. I just don't. I get distracted. I just can't read like such long paragraphs of words. It's not how I read. I don't read at all. I basically wasn't reading before I started reading comics. So yeah, but it picks up again after this issue. Again, back to normal sort of stuff. And it's basically how. Can we do sort of spoilers on this bit?
Yeah, spoil it. It's been out a year.
It's how people are coping with how people are coping and covering up the death of Ananka, the watcher of the gods, isn't she?
The wrinkly old lady.
Yeah, basically. So they are covering it up, and how these people are dealing with it, and what they're saying, and what's going on with each of them, and what there's a lot of like mortality stuff, because it seems like it's in February time, I think, it's set in this, and Baal, is he like the god of war sort of character, the big like fighty character, he was the first one down, and he's going after his 2-year spell. He's up in September. So there's a lot of stuff about mortality in this, because it's like basically they've all done the first year now, more or less, and they're all running into like the last year, like going, what's going to happen, and then suddenly people are like questioning, was this Ananka, was she lying about this 2-year thing, and basically made me question. So has nobody ever lasted the full 2 years in previous spells of every 90 years?
I'd got the impression that she'd killed him, or someone had. That's what you think.
Have they died within that 2 years? So they have never done the full 2-year stint, and basically, if they're still alive, heading towards that 2-year deadline, they have already been. She's knocked them off, sort of thing. So now they're all questioning whether that is an actual fact. Of will they survive past the 2-year mark? And I still love it. I still think it's amazing. Like I say, it's just been that first issue, it just really threw me a bit, and it made it more difficult, but it gives you so much backstory, it gives you so much insight into individual characters you don't really get because they're like one-on-one interviews, like 4 or 5 as a different god, just one-on-one interviews with people. And it gives you so much more, like I say, background and in-depth to the characters, but the rest of the book is as it was before. There's some character change, not character change, but they are not even necessarily drawn differently, but the characters themselves have some fashion changes, shall we say? So some of them look slightly different. Minerva, for one, looks different, because I thought she was a little boy for a good chunk of the earlier books. And then you're like, no, she's a girl. But yeah, it is so good. It's Wicked and Divine is still probably my favourite book that I've read, an ongoing series. I mean, when are they coming? Are they still on break for that? Or are they? I'm
not sure.
I think they've still got issues coming out, haven't they? I don't know how they're going about that, but I find it. I need a recap. I've got that many books now. I'm like a hoarder. I've got stacks of books just stacked up now on top of the long boxes.
To try and tied me over and stopped me doing this, I've just started adding them to an Amazon wish list to kind of, I don't know, if they're on there, I feel like they're in my pile. If I wanted them that badly, they're all on Amazon Prime, so, I'd have them by tomorrow if I really, really need them, and I won't ever need them.
That's what I've done, and a lot of them have gone, you look on your wish list and go, this has dropped down 20% since you put it on it. And you're like,
I saw that earlier on one of them. Yeah, I was like, that's under a tenner. I really want to read Miracle Man by Neil Gaiman. Have either of you read that?
Yeah, I bought all 3 issues of that at Comic-Con 2 years ago, and had to carry it around, and it is brilliant.
Cool, because what confused me a little bit was, and the reason I didn't buy it there and then when I first saw it was that Miracle Man book 1 is called The Golden Age on one bit if it's in hardcover, and it's called A Dream of Flying if it's... Oh, that's a hardcover as well. I'm getting confused about whether I want the Golden Age or the Dream of Flying. Book 2 and 3 seem to be the same either way, but it's not clear which one is book 1. So
buy all 3 of them.
Well, no, I want... Oh, well, there's 4 of them as well. But problem is, that's what's confusing me.
Interesting. In that case, I need to check because I'm pretty sure there's only 3. So I guess there is a doubled up one on there.
Yeah, because I made that mistake with Spider when I bought 2. I was like, hang on a minute, on Forbidden Planet website there's 2 different volumes here. It turns out one was the American release and one was the UK release, and they just didn't tell me that. So I've got 2 copies of the same book which are named different. So you need to check that one out.
It says here that they're frequently bought together.
Maybe multiple people making
no. Sorry, the 3. Sorry.
Right.
Yeah. So book 1, book 2, and book 3. But what I'm saying is there's 2 book 1s. They've both got different names. So there's A Dream of Flying and there's The Golden Age.
I think it's called A Dream of Flying from memory.
If I click that one, it also says that they're frequently bought together, and it's a $5 cheaper. So I'm kind of like. But now I like the cover on the other one. I'm in a quandary. And I don't want to Google it in case because I did that in the past and ended up with spoilers. Do you know what's made it even worse? I've just seen a 3rd number 1 that's still called The Golden Age, but when I click that, it's frequently bought with the other 2, and it's even cheaper. So if I just keep clicking them...
what you need to do is wait until Comic-Con and do the old Marvel 3 for 2. Yeah. That's how I got them. And then that'll be the cheapest way possible.
You say that, but the cheapest way possible for me is to use the pile of Amazon vouchers I've got. That
you could give them to me.
Nah.
You could. I'm absolutely certain you could.
I could. But because I'm trying to resist buying Saga with that, because I think I'm a few behind on it at the moment. And I'm determined to wait until I'm like 20 behind and have a genuine Saga to read. I want to dedicate a month of my life to catching up on that. But it's released so slowly, I probably would only take an afternoon to catch up at the moment.
Well, that seems like madness. Get it read.
Mm-hmm. Do I know what else I've read?
I do.
Yeah.
But I've read another issue or 2 of Hawkeye. I've made the executive decision of not taking Hawkeye to work with me anymore. It's too big.
A bad back.
It's just too big. I was like, I'll just read it at home, like an issue at a time, instead of taking it out to work every day.
Just tear an issue out at a time and read that.
The issue that I read really, like, I was like, okay, yeah, I like this. This gripped me. But then the next chapter, the next issue, it said 17. And I don't know why. I noticed it earlier in the part as well. There was an issue where I read issue 7 before issue 6. And I don't know why, but this book is... I don't know if it's meant to be like how it should be read. I don't know if you found that or whatever.
Well, it's swapped. I don't know if you're yet at the point where it swaps back and forth between him and her, and then it gets into some strange ordering.
The issue I read was the issue where there is a huge like flood or something like that, and he has to go and help. He has to go and get some stuff out of someone's basement or something like that. There's a huge flood in it, and it floods the entire town or whatever. Yeah. And she's at a posh ball or something, and there's looters going on, and she goes and deals with the looters and stuff, and then But that was the issue I read out. It was a good issue. But then the next issue, like I say, I don't know what's going on, but like I say, it's issue 17. And I was like, I don't know what's... And then,
does that then carry on her story from the previous issue?
I don't know. I saw the number and I went, I'm going to stop it because I don't know what's going on. I need to look into it. But
I think it's because the two Hawkeyes get their own story arcs, which run separately for a little while. So that might be why. So that might be a girl Hawkeye issue.
Hang on a minute. The issue before was a Christmas-based one.
The Christmas-based one is when they go their separate ways, isn't it?
Possibly. Yeah, he is going away or whatever.
Yeah,
he's
and from then on,
away.
it's two separate stories, so the ordering will go a bit iffy.
Well, 17 is also a Christmas story. So it looks like it's a continuation from issue 6 or whatever it is that I've read previously. He stood at the end of this previous issue. He stood in the window. Issue 17 starts with him stood in the window.
Yeah,
at Christmas, snow and a Santa hat on. So whether that is like you say that is the continuation of his story there, and it doesn't flip between the two sort of thing. Maybe I don't know. It's a weird one, but it kind of gripped me that the what I've read, because last time I said I don't. It's all right, sort of thing, and you was very upset at that fact. I just think it's all right.
Yeah, well, because that's obviously wrong. It's brilliant.
Yeah, well, the more I read of it, like the recent issues I've read, it kind of, I was like, yeah, okay, I kind of like this now. So yeah, I will continue to read that slowly. I will slowly update you on where I am with that, because it is a big book, and I will get to it. I just can't take it to work anymore. It's just too much. Just lugging it. I nearly dropped it in a big pile of mud out in the back street the other day, and I was like, oh god, I'd have been so livid if I'd have just dropped it in the backyard. I'd have been so anyway, what else have I read? I've read the first volume of Motor Crush Cave.
Have you? And is it any good?
Yeah, it's very good.
See, the first issue wasn't.
Give it a chance. Just give this one a chance. This is cool. This is pretty good.
Okay.
This isn't bad. Just put it on a wish list. Keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it in Comixology.
Well, I think it was reduced in Forbidden Planet last time I was in there.
I got it from the Travelling Man, $7.99 for the first volume. I was like, yeah, okay, I'll have that for that. It is really good. It is really, really good. So it's about his name's Domino, who is a motorbike racer who are secretly races like street races, but it's like more like what was that? Road Rash. It's more like Road Rash, where it's just like there's just battles going on in this street race where they've all got weapons and stuff like that. It's just you're all trying to get something called Crush, which is like NOS for bikes. It's just like this fluid that makes your bikes go stupidly fast, but you can't use it on this pro racing circuit, which she does in the daytime. And it's basically what's keeping her dad's garage afloat is racing this circuit. But then there's obviously some mishaps going on, and there's strange things going on where she has to have an inhaler at certain points. You see her having an inhaler, and you go, "Oh, she must be asthmatic or something." But then you find out that in the inhaler is this Crush stuff, which is basically, like I say, NOS for bikes. It's just this weird like fluid, and you see at one of the early issues, like I think issue 1 or 2, this stuff's fed to this guy who's been caught sneaking around, and he just basically explodes. But she's been having it in inhalers. She needs to have doses of this Crush stuff to stop her from like having these like panic attack things, or I don't know. But it's weird, but really cool at the same time. You can see the Batgirl stuff in it. You can see it was the Batgirl, the Burnside writers and stuff in it.
Awesome.
So I think you might like it, Kev. It's not Batgirl. It's not Batgirl by any means, but you get the vibes from it.
Well, that's all right then. I might investigate the second issue.
The drawing, it's cool. And like I say, if you just keep an eye on it, keep an eye on Comixology, maybe, and see if you can get it on the cheap. It's cool. one last thing I've started reading. I picked up Mother Panic. You heard of this, Kev? Oh, Sheepdog.
I've heard of it. I don't recall what it is. I
had no clue what it was. It's basically set in Gotham. It's the Batman universe. It's from
I read issue 1 of it. That's why I've heard of it. Yeah, I don't think I liked it.
It's bizarre. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's going on, but it's kind of cool. I've read 2 issues now, and I kind of want to see where it goes. It's about this it's like a female version of Batman. She leads a double life as like this socialite who's like mummy and daddy's rich, and she's like this socialite like crazy person, and in the night she just becomes this like vigilante, but she's more like she's a bit like Punisher in that sense. She's got like a list of it seems like she's got a list of people that she's after, and I think she seems like the killing type. She's not like
she's a rascal.
Batman who's just out for justice. And then you have the sprinklings of Batman. Batman turns up. There's like a big old fight goes on, and then she rescues this guy who's about to get killed. Basically, because she wants information from him, not because she's there to rescue people. She just seems a bit of a vigilante. And then you see like just all these bodies in this alley, and then Batman turns up, going, "What the hell's going on here?" Then sort of thing. And Batman just turns up for cameos. And the second issue, Batwoman turns up, is like wondering who the hell's this person who's got. He used to have like a hover bike. Oh, she just has this like bike with wings. Which is kind of cool. I don't know what the whole deal is, but it's kind of cool. I kind of like it. I'm liking the Young Animal stuff. All the Young Animal stuff really interests me. I don't know why. And it's not all by the Gerard Way. There is afterwards from Gerard Way in all of them, but I think he only did the Doom Patrol one, didn't he?
I think that's the only one he's writing,
yeah. But I love Doom Patrol, as I mentioned last time. But I want the is it Shade the Changing Girl was one of them?
Yeah,
I want that one. I read some of that one at one point, and that would look really good. Then there's Cave Carson is another one.
Yes.
Sounds about right, yeah. I think they all just sound interesting. They're really wacky, out there comic books. And it's just, I like the fact that they're doing stuff that's different from the norm of like I've not really read a Marvel or DC book in a long time now. I've said that after reading Hawkeye, but Hawkeye is its own standalone little world, isn't it, sort of thing in this book. It's not like an ongoing thing. Like I've not read any new or recent Batman stories or Superman or any other Marvel stuff. So yeah, I kind of like it. I don't know what you guys think about it.
I read most of the issue ones when they were first coming out and just didn't really get any of them. The Young Animal stuff.
Yeah, they are very psychedelic, strange, bizarre things. I mean, Doom Patrol, like I said last time, Doom Patrol is basically the Young Animals version of the Guardians of the Galaxy for me. And like I said, I got that vibe from it. It's weird, but it is. That's what I got from it, and I'm so glad I've read that, and I'll pick up the next volume of that when that comes out. It's cool. And this one I will probably finish for next time, and I will let you know whether it's any good or not. It might not be. We'll see. It seems alright so far.
Splendid.
And that's your lot.
Marvellous. Well, it would be remiss of me not to remind everybody that we are at Blackpool in a couple of weeks' time.
Yes.
We've been inundated with people saying they want to meet us up for a meal while we're there. I've lost count of how many people have said they want to meet up with us. There's been nobody, Pab, is what I'm saying.
Nobody.
Not one person. So if anyone does want to meet up with us, let us know. Otherwise, we'll just have fish and chips on the beach.
Let us know in advance as well, because I mean, a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm here at this day." You just give us a shout up, that because then we don't just disappear into the ether like we sometimes do. And we're like, "We've missed you," and you're like,
"You don't want to catch us when we're in the dungeons." I'm at the expo. Where are you? We're down a dungeon.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Like I said,
we're at the circus.
Let us know. I'm coming down. I'll be down at whatever. If that'd be great to say hello or whatever.
Yeah,
then
I think
tell
we're
us.
much better if people say in advance, aren't we? I think if it's ad hoc, people springing us, then we kind of feel like, oh, we won't intrude. And I think people often feel like they don't want to intrude on us. And then I always walk away feeling a little bit guilty that we didn't say, join us, or, I'd rather know in advance.
Yeah, I mean, just for not to disappoint you, if you're thinking, oh, I'll come down and say hello to Kev or whatever, yeah, and then we're like says we're in a dungeon somewhere, and they're like, oh, we're at the expo. We're like, well, we're not really going back there now. I don't want to disappoint people who, not that there's anyone to disappoint at the minute, but yeah.
But they're always, even when we rarely get people say anything in advance, unless it's Eurogamer. Even when we go to Manchester, people don't say anything in advance, and there's always people there. So if you are there and really do want to say hello, just tell us which day you're going to be there.
Roughly
what time. And we'll make sure we're around at that point.
Just hit us up in the morning, because, like I say, but if you say, "Oh, I'm here now," spring it on us immediately. Then odds are we get.
If we're in this expo for 2 hours over the course of the weekend, I'll be quite surprised if we're there that long. Yeah. So, just trying to catch us on the off chance while we're in there is a tall order.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Exactly.
Especially because I imagine there'll be Pokemon gyms everywhere, and I'm going to be out there like a fox. So
I wonder, don't we? We do like to have we get short attention spans. We just
exactly. I'm bringing my Speedos. I'm going for a swim.
If I don't get a Snorlax, you're going in the sea, mate.
I'm going in the sea anyway. I just explained that, you simpleton.
He'll get you on while he's out there.
Yeah. You can have mine while I'm in the sea. I don't want it anymore. Can we trade yet?
Not yet.
I can't be far off.
Splendid. Well, in addition to all of that, it's also possible to follow us on Facebook. It's not possible to like us. You can follow us on Twitter at MGUK Podcast, or you can follow me at Leloujo.
I'm at RB6K.
And I'm at Pab 1986.
We also have a Facebook group at facebook.com/MatureGamerPodcast. And old Kev has a website, leloujo.fm, where all his YouTube and merchandise stuff lives. So feel free to check that out. Buy yourself a T-shirt or a mug, or a mug or a hoodie or a T-shirt. There's stickers and mugs and hoodies and T-shirts on there. They're all great. Buy them all.
Mugs.
Exactly. See you next week, boys and girls.
I didn't even realise the second meaning of what I just said there. I was just repeating one of the words. Have a good week.
Thanks for listening, folks.
Where's my mouse? Where is my
Nobody
mouse?
knows.
My mouse has run out of battery. I can't stop recording.
We're just going. Keep going, sheepdog.
Hold on. Vamp for a minute. People are still listening. Right, I've got to plug this in to this. Oh, this is complicated. I might just have...
Oh, yeah.
Rick and Morty season 3's back in a couple of weeks, Pab.
No, it isn't. Something else just fell off my desk. My desk is literally falling apart.
What do you mean it's out now?
The Rick and Morty official Twitter account posted yesterday, June 30th. Just literally posted June 30th, and that was it. So everyone's gone, what? I think it said June 30th. It could have been July 30th, but I'm fairly certain it said June 30th, because I went, hang on, what date is it today?
Streaming June 30th. Weird. I'm confused. I was told it was late July.
I have found the charger. Bye, everybody.
Have a good week.